Fala rapaziada, começando mais um vídeo aqui no canal Na Ponta da Língua, bem-vindos para mais um vídeo. E no vídeo de hoje vou estar compartilhando com vocês mais uma aula que eu tive lá no Cambly. Dessa vez eu fiquei maluco, me empolguei, foi uma aula muito legal, muito incrível, senti o meu inglês afiadíssimo e decidi fazer logo 30 minutos de aula e postar também aqui no YouTube 30 minutos. Lembrando que hoje eu ofereço aulas de conversação, então se você quiser praticar o inglês diretamente comigo através da chamada de vídeo, basta preencher o formulário que está aqui na descrição, é o primeiro link. Então, sem muita enrolação, fica com a aula aí, espero que vocês gostem, que vocês consigam estudar em cima dela e vejo vocês no final do vídeo.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Sorry. I was
Nah,
eating pizza.
It's okay. Like Sunday at night, almost dinner time, right?
Yes. I was just gonna try catching my cat, but he ran. I don't think I see you.
Don't you see me?
Oh, I see you
I'm
now.
right
I
here.
see you now. I see you. I see you.
Very good. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, just a little bit sad. Today is Sunday, the week starts again, right?
Definitely. I
Yeah.
understand. Fridays are more exciting than Sundays.
I really like the feeling, the vibe of Friday, you know, because like we work a lot, and at the end of the day, we kind of like we relax, you know, we go to sleep, and we remember tomorrow we don't need to wake up early, and that feeling for me is amazing. But what brings you to Cambly today, Sunday at night, working at this time?
So this is Jack.
Jack, very
Yeah.
good.
He's a
It-
sweetie.
He reminds me, I mean, this name Jack reminds me Jack from Titanic, the movie.
There's that. It's a good solid name.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really traditional American name, I think. But actually, you're Canadian, right?
Yes.
Very
But I
good.
mean, Canadian and American countries are very similar. So yeah.
Yes. Can you tell the difference between between a Canadian guy and an American guy speaking? I mean, I'm talking about the accent.
Sometimes no. It depends. It depends on the person's accent. So sometimes people in different areas of Canada and the US have an accent from their area, but some people don't. So it depends. It depends.
I've been studying English for 5 years. I have experience abroad, and today I can tell the difference between the accents. But always when I talk to a Canadian person, I can't tell at all the difference. You know, I can tell the difference between the British one, and all the accents. I can't even remember all now. But the difference between the American accent and the British one, the American accent and the Canadian one, I can't tell at all the difference. So it's for me. And I almost went to Canada once.
Oh, okay. Tell me about that.
I went to Canada, but I didn't, unfortunately.
Why?
Well, I was about to have my first experience abroad. It happened in 2022. And so far I wanted to go to Canada, but I realized I needed a visa. As a Brazilian person, I needed a visa to go to Canada. Yes,
Oh,
for
interesting.
tourism. And
What country are you in again?
I live in Brazil.
Oh, Brazil. You need a visa to go to Canada?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and it's not, as I was searching and talking to people, it's not that hard, but they could reject me and I needed to pay something. I was like, come on, it's my first experience. I was, I think, 19 years old back then. And I was like, I don't want to try. Maybe I will go to Europe. I don't need any visa and I can stay like for, I think, I'm not sure, but in Canada, I think I can stay as a tourist for 3 months. I have no
think
idea.
so. I think
But,
so. I think so.
but in the UK, I can stay like 6 months without a visa. Yes, and I decided to go to London.
Well, why not?
Oh, why not? What? I'm sorry.
Oh, so I'm not asking a question. I'm making a comment. So why meaning why not go to London? You should go to London.
Well, so is it an expression?
No, yes. Yeah, okay. Yes, yes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. I didn't even think about it that way, but you're right. Okay. Yeah, because I understand how someone could think it's a question.
Yeah, I was like, why not what? But I went to London. Why not? What do you mean?
Yeah. It just sort of means like good for you. Like why not do that idea, right?
It's the first time I hear something like that. Very good. That's why I tell everyone, we always have to study English. English, in my case, Portuguese, Spanish. It doesn't matter the language you want to speak, because we don't know everything, right? You can be fluent and it's amazing, but it doesn't mean you know everything. Even when you are an English native speaker, in my case, a a Portuguese native speaker, we're not used to. We don't know everything, right? Good.
Well, and it's part of that is because it depends on the topic too, right? Like, so suppose you work as an engineer, right? Then you're going to tell me, like,
Wait,
say,
you really think this, or it's an example?
this no.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not an engineer. I actually, so oh, you did ask me about myself. Okay, we're jumping topics. Let me
All right.
finish the one topic and then we'll change. So, so suppose you're in one field, right? And then you obviously specialize in that, so you know lots of vocabulary from that field. But then if say you are talking to someone in a different field of specialty, then there are going to be words, no matter if you're a native speaker, that you don't know, right? As you were saying. So you're completely right.
I have a project in Brazil. I mean, it's an online project where I help Brazilian people to practice their English. I don't teach English. I'm not a teacher, but I offer English conversations. I offer like conversation classes, and I have many students from like many professional areas. And sometimes we are talking about like random things about life, and they ask me many crazy things. I have many students from the IT area, computer thing, and they ask me some specific vocabulary, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what do you mean? What is that? I had a student once. He's a doctor, and when we talked, I always asked him about his day. He was used to tell me everything, and I was like, "Oh, okay, but what is this?" Even if you speak in Portuguese, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I've learned English by myself, I kind of have a way to pass through that type of situation. If I don't know a specific word, I try to use a similar one to replace the word. Or if it's a really hard one and I don't have any idea how to say that, I try to explain what that means. Like car dealership. It's a random word I didn't know until some months ago. And a student asked me how to say this, and was like, I mean, he asked in Portuguese, right? But I'm not gonna do it because you don't know it in Portuguese. And it was like, I thought I have no idea how to say this in English, and I can't even think about a similar word. It's so random, right? And I kind of explained, well, you mean like it's a place to buy cars, right? But always, of course, always I go after. I mean, like, I write the word down and I
Mm.
start later, right?
So one thing I sometimes do is so I find it really helpful. Like, so for instance, I was talking to someone earlier about this, about a city in Germany, for instance, right? It's called,
I was there in November.
pardon me?
No, Germany.
Yeah, so we were talking about, well, we were talking about how countries are designed in terms of, like, designed so that like you protect like the capital city. Like, so for instance, this person was from Turkey, and he was telling me how like the capital city in Turkey is in the middle, because I said to him, oh, I thought Istanbul was the capital of Turkey. And he said, no, it's like, oh, now I forget the name.
Try to replace the word. We're just talking about this right now. Amazing. Very good.
Yeah, I think it was like a story or something. But anyways, so that made me think of how others in history, how other cities have been designed. So it made me think of medieval cities. Right.
Mhm.
So here in Germany, like I've visited this myself.
Especially in Europe, right? There are many cities like that.
Exactly. So for instance, it has like, well, oh yeah, exactly. Medieval cities were designed with a wall around it to protect it, right? So anyway, it was just like very interesting. But yeah, like it's excuse me. I like to also like maybe sometimes Google things to elaborate on the topic, and it's great because like both people often learn new things from that
Mhm.
conversation, right? Like, as it sort of one topic can relate to another topic as well.
And also, I believe it's good. We always search the things because imagine we speak something wrong, we share fake news or some wrong information, right?
Mm,
Many of my students, they say they are kind of afraid to speak English because
mm,
they know everything. And I say like, yes, you don't know everything, and you won't know
mm-hmm,
everything. You need to try. And
mm-hmm,
it goes besides just like speak English, it's
mm.
kind of training. So I think it's fantastic. Do you speak other language besides English, of course?
I speak a little bit of French, and so I should speak German. Okay, so my dad's family is from Germany, but they never actually taught me German when I was growing up. Yeah, like, so it was my grandparents that moved to Canada from Germany. So my dad was born in Canada, and then we were born in Canada. My dad speaks German, but yeah, I think because he had such a challenging time learning English as a child, because his parents had only newly moved to Canada, so they did not speak English at the time. Now they do, but when he was little, they did not. So he did English at school, and then at home they only spoke German when he was growing up. So school was very difficult for him, he said. So then when they had us, they decided to not have us learn like German and English, which is kind of sad because it's different. It would be different for us because my parents know both languages. So it's not as if our experience would be the same as his. Like, our experience would be like, they'd probably, if they taught us German and English growing up, it would be like speaking German and English both in the home, right? So, and that's actually probably the easiest way to learn, right?
I have a friend, her mother is from Japan, and but like my friend was born in Brazil, and she doesn't speak Japanese at all, you know, just Portuguese. And Japanese is a hard language, you know. If she wants to learn Japanese today, I believe it's going to be a little bit hard. But if her mother started to teach her since she was a kid, it would be perfect for her. But she didn't. And as your family's from Germany, do you have your citizenship?
Good question. So I actually, yes, I do. So it wasn't we only got it maybe 5 years ago because my dad never bothered to get it all his life. And then my sister and I were talking, no, maybe it might have been more like 8 years ago. I don't know, but very recent. So my sister, she's in nursing and she wants the opportunity to be able to live in other countries and work as a nurse. And I like the idea of living in other countries and I'm working as well.
Really, you live in a really good one.
Yeah, yes, Canada's wonderful. However, it's nice to be able to live in other countries. I love the idea, like the opportunity of being. Also I love Europe. Europe is wonderful, and then with the German citizenship and passport, you can travel like anywhere in the EU, right? So it's so easy. It's just such a good opportunity, right? And you know, I think like no matter how good of a country you come from, it's always important to be able to travel and see other places, right? So but yeah, anyway, just to say that, so that was sort of like the reason why we did it, because we want the opportunity to be able to do that, to live in other countries. And so yeah, it was actually a lot of work because we had to like prove that our lineage, like our family, is from Germany. So like my grandma, she had to come.
You need a lawyer, right? I mean, you don't need a lawyer, but I think it's easier if you have a lawyer helping you, right?
Oh, probably. Like you have to do like a lot of research, and like there's like the application is very, very extensive. So you have to like give a lot of like you have to make photocopies of like a lot of like documents, and so you're essentially proving that you're the citizen, that you have like right to the citizenship. So and but you have to show it through your family. And so like I had, and then it's also interesting too, because in Germany, like this has now changed, but so like for instance, if it was say it was my dad who moved from Germany, then it would be different. But because it's my grandparents, this is the situation. So at the time, they were like the rule was that it had to go through the father's side. So like for me, it's okay because both my grandfather and my grandmother were both, like my Oma and Opa were both born in Germany, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, if like say it was my Oma, like only my Oma, then I don't think I'd be able to get it. Yeah, but like for me, it didn't matter. But yeah, so basically, yeah, you had to show all the documents going down from my Opa to my dad to me, like birth certificates and passports and
as you have your citizenship, do you have plans to live in Europe in a maybe near future?
No, but I want to. So actually, I know. Okay, I know. But okay, I'm the type of traveler I am. If I decided, like, so it's a little different now. So like, I'm now married. Just like a year and a half, maybe. So not too long. But and we have dog and a cat. But so my husband's a little different with traveling than I am. Like for me, I used to be able to just decide, okay, I want to go to Germany tomorrow, and then I would like pack my bag today and book my flight and my hotel today, and then I would like wake up early tomorrow and go.
You
So
are that type of person.
yes, I'm that type of person. So like I've done it. Like I did it before for like I went to Ireland. I did that. I
Mhm.
literally booked the flight the day before. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I think now, you know, life gets more complicated as you get older. But I actually, so I'm sort of like in the future, sort of like hoping to do that still, because um I actually am upgrading my skills. So I'm actually um like right now I work also at a middle school, and you know, like yes, you get like your summer off and break periods off, so I have time to travel, but it's very like select times of the year. um I decided, not just for that reason, but in general I want to change jobs. So um I am upgrading to be a web developer.
I want to do the same.
Do you? Oh, that's so
I,
good. We have
I
to talk more
didn't
about
start studying yet, but this
that.
year I want to start all the process because it's a really good area, right?
Yes.
Especially if you speak English, if we speak English. So our time is just finishing, but before we go, I have a question. As I told you,
Sure.
I have an online project where I help Brazilian people with conversation skills,
Yes.
and I think Cambly records the conversation by itself. If you don't mind, can I post on my social medias? I have a YouTube channel where I just give English tips and I
Mm,
help Brazilian people with the conversation, like maybe
mm.
just some parts of the conversation. Do you mind?
No, but I don't know how to do that. I never tried to do that before.
No,
I,
you don't need to do anything. Like it's
oh.
all on me. Don't worry about. Like
Oh,
can
oh,
you
oh, oh,
always
okay.
record the conversations by
Ah,
itself, you know? So later I just need to take the video and post it because
yeah,
it's a really good conversation. I think I
yeah.
can help many people practicing their listening skills with this
Mm.
amazing conversation. So I hope we can see each other again, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like book a session whenever you want. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It was wonderful to meet you, and I can't wait to talk to you again.
Of course, I'll book more conversation. It was amazing talk to you and thank you very much for the conversation, all right?
Thank you.
E aí, o que você achou? Curtiu? Quero só ver quem assistiu até o final, hein? Bom, se você gostou desse vídeo, não se esqueça de deixar o seu like aqui embaixo, também compartilhar com algum amigo seu que vai estar me ajudando demais. Deixa aqui nos comentários o que você achou da aula também, se você gostou, se você conseguiu entender tudo direitinho, aprender algo novo em cima dela. Lembrando, se você quiser marcar a sua aula de conversação em inglês diretamente comigo através da chamada de vídeo, basta preencher, basta acessar o formulário que está aqui na descrição. É o primeiro link. Bom, por hoje é só isso, vou ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado por tudo, vejo vocês no próximo vídeo. Tamo junto e valeu!